special year. I was just saying that I kept referring to last year as 2019, not 2020 went by just unnoticed and locked away at home. So I'm glad to be let loose this year, and I'm glad to be here. To those of us who are online and to those of us who are present face to face, let me take this opportunity to say to you, Happy New Year and Happy Letting Go. Good to Broadway, don't it? Indeed. So Dr. let me start from me. Reverend Father Charles Danvers, Chairman of the Board of Management, Dr. Gareth Anderson, Principal of the College, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, Dr. Monica Denstow, Vice Principal of Administrative Affairs, Dr. Ethan Robinson, members of the academic faculty, members of the administrative staff, and the auxiliary staff, students who are present, students who are online, our special invited guests, and of course, our esteemed guest speaker. Good morning to you all. It is a tradition for us to say good morning, family. So I will say it in the traditional way. Good morning, family. Good morning. Wonderful. We sound like we had dry bread for breakfast this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's unusual spot. I like it. Mine is a task to carry you through the 2021 awards ceremony, and I thought it fitting for the hard work that we would have put in the retroactive awards that we received to guide us through the program with the mottos that would have taken us through our years of schooling, the mottos that would have guided us in our striving. And so I stand before you this morning as a proud Raven, born in the shades of ancient Santiago, ruled by the school motto, Labor Omnia Vicit, labor conquers all. And we are seated in a place that's set on a hill. So we are born to stand out. Welcome. We begin our program with Mr. Brian Campbell, our year 3 student, doing the prayer. Mr. Campbell. I suppose you may hear the voice coming from above. All right. But Mr. Campbell is not with us right now, so I will do the honors of the opening prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for having taken us here to this point this morning. We thank you, O Lord, for evidence of your mercy, your love, your righteousness. We thank you, O Lord, that you have blessed us with the opportunity of gathering together as your children. And you say, where two or three are gathered, and we are yours, you are in our midst. And so, Father, we present ourselves before you, whole and ready. We present ourselves before you as your servants. We present ourselves before you as your children. And we ask, O Lord, that as you dwell here in this chapel, celebrating our work, Father, that we remember to give you the glory, because without you, we were not able to accomplish. Without you, we were not even able to start. And so, Lord Jesus, we are right here in your presence now to give you thanks for having given us the energy, for having given us the time, for having given us the talent to put forward. And we ask, Lord, that as we have gone through the surface and as we have completed our work, that we would have said it was good to have been here. So we pray these verses in your name. Amen. Now, St. Elizabeth Technical High School has an interesting motto. It was fun going around asking the students, what was your school motto? Some of you forgot. And I know that none of you have as many gray hairs as I do, right? So it was interesting, but I like the sentence that technical high school motto. It is work and integrity. And we couldn't put it any plainer than that. It speaks for itself. Work and integrity. It means that we have to put out and we have to be honest about it. And to take us into our welcome, which speaks to the work and the integrity of the college, would be Dr. Monica Denstow, who will be speaking on behalf of our principal, Dr. Aaron, who is unavoidably absent. Dr. Denstow?
Chairperson, Ms. Monique Castro, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, students, I'm very pleased to welcome you to our 2021 award ceremony. Once again, we celebrate success. And so I'm especially pleased to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Dwayne Daly, one of our very outstanding past students. Welcome, Mr. Daly. I'm also very pleased to welcome to this celebration our chairman, Reverend Charles Danvers, our past principals and vice principals, past members of staff, and our specially invited guests, staff, students, friends, many of whom are joining us virtually this week, given the constraints occasioned by COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, the staging of our annual awards function is in part the outworking of the philosophy of the college, with its emphasis on individual work and excellence. It is our firm belief that with God's help, every individual who enters this institution can achieve his or her full potential. We therefore cater to the development of the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And so today, it is with a great sense of pride that we recognize the accomplishments of those among us who have achieved excellence. Colin Powell once said, "There is no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." I'm sure that if our awardees could tell their stories this morning, we would hear of perseverance, resilience, and commitment, among many other attributes. They have done themselves proud, and they have done all of us proud. They have created for their peers examples to be emulated in the areas of academics, co-curricular activities, and the social life of the college. Their achievements are commendable, and I wholeheartedly congratulate all of our awardees. But today, we cannot only celebrate our students, we also must recognize the significant contribution of every member of faculty and staff. Their contribution has been incredible. Incredible service has led to the growth and the development of our students and to this institution. Our faculty and staff have stood the test of time. And so not even the pandemic could dampen their efforts to ensure that our students continue to achieve during this pandemic year. Colleagues, thank you and welcome. George Sand once said, "Work is not a man's punishment. It is his reward, his strength, and his pleasure." Yes, awardees, you have worked hard. Now it is time for you to reap your reward and to enjoy the pleasures of them. I wish you all future successes. May you continue to dedicate your time and your giving of self to the development of all people and to the work and good of this nation and the world at large. Once again, heartfelt congratulations to all of you, our awardees, and a warm welcome to everyone. God bless you.
Thank you kindly, Dr. Dempster, for that warm welcome. And so we continue in our program with an item from Ms. Sarah Williams, our year 3 student.
Good morning, Doc. Live on in time forever. Some dreams live on in time forever.
so much for that, Sarah. It was such a beautiful rendition. If I could reach that point, Sarah, I think I'm gonna have to come and sit at your door and learn to be a backup. But it just brought to mind one of the school mottos repping one of the students here at the college. Calabar High School bears the motto, the utmost for the highest. And I think you rep it well, Troy. Good, excellent, because that song was motivation enough for us to continue striving. And so we move to the charge that Miss Alicia Nelson will give to our final year students as they take their exit.
Guest Speaker, Mr. Dwayne Daly, Madam Chairperson, Ms. Monique Castle, Chairman of the Board, Reverend Charles Daggers, Principal, Dr. Garth Anderson, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, Dr. Monica Debster, Vice Principal of Administrative Affairs, Dr. Cleveland Robinson, members of faculty, distinguished guests, ancillary staff, awardees, students, online viewers, welcome and good morning to you all. The greatest use of a life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. William James. This is what defines a teacher. What better use of life is there than to use it to create, inspire, and build nations that will outlast your lifespan? The reason for which we are gathered today is one that should be savored and celebrated with pride. Your achievement is by no means a minuscule aspect of your journey, but a grand feat accomplished that will propel you into your destinies as future educators, innovative thinkers, and productive contributors to our society. The opportunities that lie before you are incredibly rich and diverse. As we join you in celebrating the completion of your degree program, I want you to know there was a purpose to the river. It comes with expectations and responsibility to be great, to be exemplary role models to this generation and those to come, whose impressionable minds will be entrusted in your hands. With the degradation of the morals and values within our society, the onus is now on you, just like those before you who once stood in this very place to be the gatekeepers of our society. Notwithstanding the passion and commitment that you have all demonstrated to be here today is commendable. Do not let it stop here. You have just begun to scratch the tip of the many great things you can do. Allow this passion and commitment to transcend time and to illuminate the lives of those you will meet. Strive to inspire everywhere you go. Remember, there is a child whose future depends on you, because you chose to take on the mantle of an educator. Reluctantly, we have been thrust into a time of crisis. COVID-19 continues to present many challenges, and yet there are greater challenges that lie ahead. So, what will you need to survive? One, a renewed mindset. Even though we are living in unprecedented times, it is the teacher who makes the difference, not the classroom. Michael Morford. So don't be daunted by the challenges that you will inevitably face, but see them as opportunities to become innovative. Ask yourself, how can I make this better? 2, go above and beyond what is expected. Christina McCauliffe states, teachers have the ability to touch the future. Make it your duty to have a vested interest in your students' success, no matter how gifted or academically challenged. Each child deserves a teacher who will help them unearth their fullest potential. 3, be visionaries. John Dewey once said, if we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. The technology we have at our fingertips can help us to become those memorable teachers of tomorrow. As educators, your opportunities to elicit change and to spur creativity are endless. How many of your lives were changed? Your life's path altered because a special teacher reached out to you and believed in you. Every educator can be a life-changing force in a student's life. Go forth and be that change. With great power comes great responsibility. Therefore, I implore you educators, wear your title with discipline, dignity, and decorum. Your profession calls on you to be agents for change. I ask that you not only be agents for change, but also agents of change. It is your responsibility to make the most of the opportunity you are now being given. I end with this quote by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. You have been armed. Go forth and do your part in creating leaders of tomorrow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for that charge, Ms. Nelson, and I too feel charged to continue with what I am doing. Yes, indeed, the way I was taught yesterday cannot be the way I am teaching today. And to the Year 4 students, I hope that this message will not have fallen on deaf ears, because what came to mind is the motto from Black River High School: we create our own destiny. You have started shaping your destiny, and when you step into the classroom and when you step outside into any aspect of society, you are not just working on your own destiny, but you are working on the destiny of someone else. So that's what we get from Black River High School. In response to Ms. Nelson's charge, we invite Ms. Garcia Thompson, Madam President, to give the response.
Guest speaker, Mr. Dwayne Bailey, Madam Chairperson, Ms. Monique Castle, Chairman of the Board, Reverend Charles Danvers, Principal, Dr. Garth Anderson, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, Dr. Monica Dempster, Vice Principal of Administrative Affairs, Dr. Cleveland Robinson, members of faculty, administrative and auxiliary staff, distinguished guests, students, online viewers, good morning. First, I want to thank Ms. Alicia Nelson for her charge. Our journey has been long, our battles many, yet despite the challenges, the sleepless nights, the difficult courses, we have achieved our goal. Our accomplishments can be described as anything but minute. As we stand at the foot of the bridge, connecting our present with our future, we recognize clearly that numerous opportunities lie before us. We will go further and will effectively utilize these opportunities. From this batch, you will receive innovative thinkers, educators, and productive contributors to society. In recent times, morals and values within our society have certainly been degraded, and the minds of those we lead are as impressionable as ever. For this reason, and reasons more noble, we promise to be gatekeepers and to carry the torch that those before us carried. We promise to be exemplary role models, acting responsibly and ethically as we play our part in molding the future leaders of society. For the past 16 months, we have battled the unknown, the invisible, a virus which has taken the world by storm. Yet, we're gathered here today as awardees because we have persevered, we pushed forward, we adapted, and for this, we are successful. For achieving in such challenging times, I congratulate each of you. We are strong, we are different, and the world awaits our strength and difference. We will continue to be passionate, continue to be determined, allow the fire to burn inside of us as we overcome the obstacles that will come our way. Whilst we may want to believe that the road from here on will be easy, it is not so. The battles will become more difficult, the obstacles more frequent, but we must remember that we're stronger than we seem, braver than we believe, and smarter than we think. As Philippians 4, verse 13 states, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. In the same way, we are charged to realize that we have been doing all things through Christ, and we must continue to do so. Be educators and not teachers. This represents the overarching theme of the charge made to us. We are committing to be role models, innovators, and visionaries who will develop the minds of our students holistically through love and wisdom, going above and beyond, exceeding all expectations. This we must do, and we can do. As all who stand here today, awardees and otherwise, we have the potential to become great educators. We will continue to commit to the values and principles of this great institution. I speak of the principles discipline, dignity, and decorum. These principles have been a guide through our years here and will continue to guide us through the years of our professional engagement. We understand the significant expectations that are bestowed upon us as graduates of Church Teachers College, and we will strive to meet and even exceed these expectations and continue to be great ambassadors of this great college. Thank you.
Thank you kindly, Madam President. And we trust, we know, we trust, and we believe that you will do as you say. to go out and do your best. And so as you leave, along with the other year four, I would like for you to bear in mind the motto of Arden High School. And Arden High School's motto is Latin-based. Deo duque quare optima. With God as guide, seek the best. So my year four graduates, seek the best. We continue our program with an item from Ashley and Mutari Edwards. The encouragement.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. I still messed up, but I'll just start again. I keep falling down. I keep on hitting the ground, but I always get up to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting wrong. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything. I wanna try even though I can fail. I won't give up, no, I won't give in until I reach the end, and then I start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything. I wanna try even though I can fail. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Look how far we've come. We got it like my heart. Baby, we're dying now. Let's take a deep breath. Don't beat up yourself, don't need to run so fast. Sometimes we come in last, we need our best. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I start again. No, I won't leave. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I can fail. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting wrong. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 try everything. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 try everything.
Thank you, gentlemen, for that rendition of the song. If you're a kid at heart, does anybody know the movie that song came in? Zootopia. Zootopia. I love the song. I love the song.
you watch the Gazelle dancing at the end singing that song? But as they were singing the song, try everything, I just want you students to let that resonate with you. Try everything. And in addition to that, we are also going to bear in mind too the motto of Bishop Gibson High School, which works beautifully with it. It says, per annua ad astra. Through difficulties, we can attain the highest. And if we remember the movie Zootopia and all that happened, there was a lot of difficulties in money running. Yes. And so through difficulties, we can attain the highest per annua ad astra. Sorry. So Mr. Alonzo Johnson, it's now your turn, sir, to do the final year charge to the college.
Guest speaker, Mr. Dwayne Daly, Chairman Mr. Castle, Chairman of the Board of Management, Reverend Charles Dampler, Principal in his absence, Dr. Garth, Academic Vice Principal, Dr. Monica Dempster, Administrative Vice Principal, Dr. Cleveland Robinson, members of faculty, other members of staff, my final year colleagues, year 2 students, as well as other students in the chapel now online, family and friends, good morning. Today marks a bittersweet moment for us graduates. Bitter because we are leaving this most prestigious institution, parting ways with those whom we have built bonds and relationships, and leaving the environment that has had such an indelible effect on our lives. Sweet, because we have accomplished a significant milestone in our lives. That of completing a degree program, equipped with the skills and dispositions necessary to make the world an even better place. As the batch representative for this cohort of final year students for 4 unbroken years, it is my esteemed pleasure to make a charge to this great institution. In 2017, when we began our journey, we experienced much anxiety, but also a sense of hope and ambition. 4 years later, we are poised to be equipped with commendable pedagogical competencies, critical empathy, and a disposition toward lifelong learning. We are fortunate to have survived unprecedented challenges that came our way with tenacity of purpose and a strong resolve for accomplishing our goals. It is clear that this academic year has been a unique one, filled with several challenges. What remains clear, however, is that the college has prepared very well to meet these challenges with innovation. There is no doubt in my mind that as an institution, Church Teachers College stands as a vanguard in the teacher education fraternity. The philosophy of this great institution, as is informed by its mission and vision, rests on 2 major pillars: accent on individual work, honesty and integrity, and on unearthing and maximizing excellence. That philosophy is guided by the belief that in order to achieve our full potential as human beings, we need divine grace. It is what has been fueling the ethos of the college and which is institutionalized at every level. As a final year student, we are all privileged to have engaged in the whole operationalization of this great philosophy. I wish to remind all stakeholders that this institution of higher education plays an important role in shaping the future of Jamaica by being a significant contributor to the country's cadre of teachers. It is thus enabling it to compete in the global marketplace, which is critical to our economic strength, social well-being, and position as a world leader. So, as we exit this college, it is important that the college continues to insist on the ideologies that guide its efforts toward teacher education. What ideologies do I refer to? I speak of the idea that the teacher is a person of high moral rectitude, that the teacher should be guided by sound professional ethical convictions, that the teacher is a significant agent for social change, and that the effective teacher needs to be whole, to be balanced, and ultimately a good person. It is these ideas that have over the years separated the graduates of Church Teachers College from their counterparts at other institutions. It is the insistence that students of this institution should adopt a professional level of dress and deportment that has made us enviable entrants into the teaching profession. We urge the college to continue to remain disposed to these ideologies and to continue to guarantee a cadre of teachers who are fit for purpose and who are adaptable and are inclined to innovation. On the matter of adaptability, it is important that the college pivot for the current educational landscape. The world has seen significant changes with the introduction of COVID-19. Education is no longer the same and now requires a cadre of professionals who are willing to critically assess existing practices and philosophies. We urge the college, inclusive of existing students, to rethink our role in this new education paradigm and determine the type of educator that will be necessary for the current paradigm. I put it to the college as a prophethood that if we do not become the long-touted reflective practitioner, we will not survive in the current educational landscape. I further posit that we must become adaptable and commit to lifelong learning in order for us to remain relevant in this new environment. However, having experienced this empowering and enabling sojourn at CTC, I have no doubt that the institution's adaptability lever is very high, so we continue to hold it to elevated expectations. To the current students, commit to crafting a personal philosophy of education that engages the elements of the current paradigm. We are poised for even more significant changes ahead in the educational landscape. Continue to be the ambassadors for this institution, displaying discipline, dignity, and decorum. Remain committed to the ideals of this institution and the principles it stands for. Finally, I want to just put this quote forward by Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein says, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the the training of the mind to think. And in the context of an institution of higher education, thinking and thinking critically remains that of an ambitious goal. Finally, we know the college will never be the same with our exit, but one constant remains. Church Teachers College has a proven record and a sustainable mission that will continue to be the envy of the educational fraternity. And so, in parting words, God bless you and God bless Church Teachers College.
Thank you for the charge at hand, Alonso. And I rest assured that we will remain that college high in the hill of Manchester, set in the heart of our town. We will remain that place of learning for students all around. And you take with us too, and we want you to take with you the college, the Monroe College motto, and I'll give you the English. A city on a hill cannot be hid. And so remember that we take our charge seriously, and we will continue to strive and work and do our best. And so at this time, we invite Ms. Diana Samuel to introduce our esteemed guest speaker.
It is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. This mantra has been Dwayne Daly's philosophy and a life-changing mantra from the day he entered the gates of Church Teachers College. After leaving Glenmuir High School in 1995, he started his higher education pursuit for a diploma in teaching here at Church Teachers College, specializing in mathematics and in geography. Mr. Daly held several student leadership positions. He was the second-year batch representative, president of Circle K, and president of the Students' Council. He represented CTC at an international Circle K conference in Chicago, Illinois. He won various academic and co-curricular accolades in his final years, including the coveted Principal's Cup and the Freedom of the College Award, which is the highest award here at Church Teachers College. He was hired to teach at the Cartridge College in Mandeville after receiving his diploma. He spent a year teaching CSEC mathematics there. That teaching experience created deep positive reinforcement that teaching is his calling. Therefore, he was eager again to pursue his Bachelor of Science degree in geology at the UWI Mona campus. While at UWI Mona, Mr. Daly, through connections made through Church Teachers College, represented Jamaica at a youth conference in Tokyo, Japan. After attaining his degree, he taught geography to all grade levels, CSEC and CAPE, and Caribbean Studies at Meadowbrook High School for 5 years. During his 5 years at Meadowbrook High, he was also the volleyball coach, winning both the under 15 and 19 male volleyball national competitions. As As a stimulus for more broad-based education, he further read for his Masters of Science in Workforce Education and Development from the University of Technology, UTech. His upgrading of his qualification allowed Excelsior Community College to hire him as a lecturer. Over the years at Excelsior Community College, Mr. Daly has been engulfed in many important higher educational roles, such as Team Jamaica Training Coordinator, Acting Assistant, Head of School of Tourism, Hospitality, and Entertainment Management, International Internship Coordinator, member of Excelsior Community College Strategic Development Team, Senior Lecturer, School of Tourism, Hospitality, and Entertainment Management, Chairman of Entrepreneurial Committee Education for Employment Program, Pro Temp of the Board of Governors, ECC, member of the Board of Management and Committee of Management, member of the ECC Academic Research and Ethics Committee, Special Events Scholarship Committee, Director of International Partnerships and Cultural Exchange at Excelsior Community College. Mr. Dwayne Anthony Bailey is pursuing his Doctor of Education in Higher Education level at the Fisher College of Education at Nova Southeastern University, Florida, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Dwayne Anthony.
Thank you very much for that introduction. It's always good to be reminded of the contributions made and the goals achieved. We need to be reminded about the efforts and the sacrifices we have made, because all of us need at times that extrinsic motivation to continue our mission. Let me first acknowledge the structural apex of this noble institution. The Board of Management, the committee, the principal, Dr. Garth Anderson, Vice Principal, Dr. Dempster, and Vice Principal of Academic Student Affairs, my professional colleagues, members of the CTC community, international partners with Church Teachers College, students, parents, friends, ancillary staff. Good morning, family. It's good to be home. I tell you, when I drove through the gates of this noble institution, this great institution, I started to reminisce. I started to feel the boosting pulse of, being proud to be back here once more. Church Teachers College is truly a great institution, and I have to say it, proud and loud, a great institution. Madam Chair, Ms. Castle, allow me to pay homage to all those persons who positively impacted my life, contributed to my success and development. It was at this institution that I garnered the leadership skills and my understanding and acceptance of not becoming an architect. Yes, that is what I wanted to become. But a wise woman had other plans. Today, I'm an architect of life and of careers, and I will continue to mold and create opportunities for the growth and the success of my students and whoever I come in contact with. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. I'm indeed humbled by your invitation to speak at your award ceremony of this noble institution of higher learning. Church Teachers College has produced excellent educators educators, many of whom are lecturers and administrators here today. CTC graduates have moved into professions outside the classroom and into areas of law, entrepreneurship, the medical field, and areas of politics, to name a few. But what is common among all is the impact Church Teachers College has made on the professional and personal development of persons who have walked the corridors, sat in the classrooms, and played on the field and court of this noble institution. I'm a proud graduate of the class of '98. Hope you didn't hear that. I'm aging myself. I want to congratulate the distinguished awardees, students, members of the academic staff, ancillary members of the external community. Well done. Your unrelenting dedication to success in the face of personal and financial and academic challenges are being recognized. Awardees, you have shown the discipline, sacrifice, and a refusal to accept defeat was not an option, and today we celebrate true excellence. But we must also encourage the others who will not be in the limelight today, but to say to you that the opportunity is still there for you to achieve the highest. So we encourage you to continue striving for excellence. The theme, dedicated to mission, strategic positioning for the future, is one that I really, love, because it is also my theme in life. I'm always dedicated to mission. I'm always strategically positioning myself for the opportunities that come. So as I reflected on the theme, I wondered, what would I say? My thoughts brought me back to the same crossroad to focus on a charge that will help you to create a roadmap for maneuvering life's challenges as you pursue your education and organize your next mission. Whether you decide to continue with the mission of entering into this profession or not, having a mission and then understanding of the dynamics of strategic positioning for your future is paramount to your personal and professional success. The most effective way I know to begin with the end in mind is to develop a personal mission statement and a philosophy or creed. It focuses on what you want to be and to do, and on the values or principles upon which being and doing are based. Stephen Covey. And he has two excellent books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That one is his most popular one. I encourage you to try and read that book. Actions without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is merely daydreaming. But vision with action can change the world. Nelson Mandela. My charge to you focuses on 4 pillars for success. One, being prepared. 2, being focused. 3, being strategic in achieving your mission. And 4, being resilient. Applying these pillars will help you to tackle the challenges that you will face daily. The greatest challenge you will face is time. Time is a concept that tends to evade us, and when it does, it affects our goals and outcomes. If you recognize the value of time and use the 4 pillars of being prepared, being focused, strategic in achieving your mission, and being resilient, you have a good chance of completing your objectives. Being prepared is the first pillar in defining your mission. It incorporates functions of management that are to police your goals and objectives. You see, understanding what your mission is means you create a plan a plan with objectives, objectives that must be smart. These objectives will become your milestones. If you don't plan, then you fail to be prepared, and it is inevitable that failure will be the outcome. Therefore, take the time to think, take the time to reflect, so that in preparing your roadmap, you will be able to conquer the challenges that come. I am reminded by a principle repeated very often in an industrial arts workshop. Some of you have heard of it. Measure twice, cut once. This simple language shows the importance placed on time, preparation, and outcome. If you don't measure twice before you cut, you could be creating waste. The concept here is very relevant to why you are here today. You prepared well and applied the functions of management, and today you are reaping the awards. I smile because that is what learning is about. Applying the concepts we learn in class to our daily lives helps. It helps us to overcome barriers we assume were difficult. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it is easier said than done, but the fact of the matter is you have to strategize how to get over them. And if you are prepared, then you will be victorious, satisfied, less stressed, and more productive. The second pillar is being focused. This is an action of being disciplined and a controlling variable for being prepared. It suggests that we cannot afford to be myopic, losing sight of the mission. Being focused is to reflect on what you have done or what you've been doing and making the adjustments when necessary. I stand here not to tell you that eliminating your distractions will help you to stay focused. Distraction isn't the problem. In many cases, it aids the creative process. I suggest that having a genuine interest in achieving your goals means you will spend time completing them. Students who strategize to improve their chances of being successful and maintain their focus are the ones who succeed in their academic and co-curricular activities. Focus can be the difference between success and failure. Without this ability, it's easier for problems to creep in and sabotage your most important goals. So focus on the right things that take you in the right direction. You ever know somebody who said, well, yeah, man, I have whole heap of goals, but don't have a clue how to achieve them. Have all this great ambition, but don't have a clue to achieve them. Being strategic in achieving your mission is mostly what I've been talking about. Starting with a 5-year plan, first of all, is a good idea. But identifying how you're going to achieve the 5-year plan is tricky. Succeeding in college is rather like succeeding in life. It's much more about you than it is the college. So the most important place to start is to consider why you are here. What matters to you and what you expect to get out of it. So even if you have already thought about these questions, it's good to reaffirm your commitment to your plan as you begin to consider what's involved in being a college student, what's involved in being a graduate. A goal is a result we intend to reach, mostly through our actions. We plan and execute, but we have to be strategic in our approach because time is of essence. Remember, goals are varied in terms of time. Short-term goals focus on today and the next few days and perhaps weeks. Midterm goals involve plans for the school year and the time you plan to remain in college. Long-term goals may begin with graduating college and everything you want to happen thereafter. Here's how you strategize. Setting goals, though, is easy, but achieving them isn't. Align your goals with your values. Share your goals with 3 to 5 key people. Assemble everything you need before you need it. Minimize potential challenges. Complete at least one action per day. Establish a support system and reward yourself. Preparing a good plan of action, stay focused, and strategizing to implement your approaches for achieving your mission will help you to achieve a competitive position. The first 3 pillars are key, interrelated, and suitable for solving the challenges you face. Still, having the right attitude separates you from the others. Having the right attitude is the source of your determination, of your fight, of your drive, of your ambitions. The 4th pillar is about being resilient. It is about attitude. Well, it is both skill and attitude. Resilient people are aware of situations. There are emotional reactions and the behavior of those around them. Another characteristic of resilience is understanding that life is full of challenges. While we cannot avoid many of those problems, we can remain open, flexible, and willing to adapt to change. I don't know if you see that TikTok. When someone called about 3 times, people dashing over the building. Don't want that. Resilience is made up of 5 pillars, and let me quickly identify them. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is having a clear perception of your personality, including strengths, weaknesses, thoughts, beliefs, motivation, and emotions. Mindfulness is a state of active, open attention to the present. Self-care is unique for each person and can be understood in many different ways. In its simplest form, the term refers to our ability as human beings to function effectively in the world while meeting the multiple challenges of daily life with a sense of energy, vitality, confidence. Positive relationship and purpose is the 4th one. Having positive relationships with people who support you is a must. The purpose is a recognition that we belong to and serve something bigger than ourselves. Our purpose helps us to shape the mindset, the attitude we have towards others, and the events we experience. So let me contextualize being resilient. Academic resilience means students having good educational outcomes despite adversity. Academic resilience was found to be positively related to parental support, teacher enthusiasm, student self-efficacy, and a positive disciplinary climate at school. Promoting it involves strategic planning and detailed practice involving the whole school community to help vulnerable young people to do better than circumstances might have limited. You have to become your greatest motivator. You have to be the voice that reminds you that you are resilient. You must push on. Yes? Talk to yourself. Say it out. Don't answer it all. Even if you are here today receiving an award, you must constantly remind yourself that you are resilient. Even if you're not receiving an award today, doesn't mean that you're not resilient. You are. It's just that today is not your time. As long as you plan and execute, as long as you put in the work and time, you will achieve. I want you to say with me, I am resilient. One more time, and say it like you really need it. You're like you mean it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. This has been my experience, practice, and lessons learned, and an opportunity to share with you what has worked. We can do all things through Christ. We can. Continue to prepare, remain focused, strategize to achieve your mission. Be resilient. Awardees, continue to excel. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daly. And I'll say it loud and I'll say it proudly. I am resilient. Let's say that one more time. Mr. Daly just said it too. Mr. Daly, say it one more time.
I am resilient.
There you go. You have to put that great. Good. All right. Well, Mr. Daly, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. And as you were speaking, the motto came before me, and it would have been remiss of me anyway not to put a little Espanol in the program. But Gary Maceo High School's motto came to me: Excelencia en estudio, trabajo y recreo. Excellence in study, work, and play. So you set your focus, you align them to your values, and you set to work. Ms. Danielle Nelson from Year 1 will show our guest speaker true CTC appreciation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dwayne Daly, on behalf of the Church Teachers College family, it is a true delight that I present to you this token as a symbol of our gratitude and appreciation for your presentation, which charge us to develop personal missions which will allow us to be prepared, focused, strategic, and resilient in achieving our goals. Again, thank you.
Thank you very much. And numbers were back to school early this year for children.
Mr. Daly, man, I had to give your motto ready, you know. It's so nice, but I say twice. All right, not a problem. Thank you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're now at that point in the program where we get a little busy. And so we show our appreciation for the college band who will now do their acting. Okay, and because we have those two songs that spoke of striving and not yielding, not college's motto, jumped right up and I'm hearing it. Nancy Celery, Nancy Kettery, to strive and not to yield. There you go. It is now time for the presentation of the award. And because we are doing retroactive presentation, we are going to be doing some 2019 presentation. And before it is time to step forward to do that, I invite Mrs. R.D. Reed-Virtue to do the retroactive award. Mrs. Reed-Virtue, come through. I love the song of that. Woo! We're having a fantastic time here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a pleasant morning. For those of you who are joining us in virtual land, yes, we're still gathered at Church Teachers College Mandeville, where we are celebrating excellence. Welcome, world leading college in the world of. All right. Yes, you're going to be our distinguished students. All right. There is a certain gentleman who continuously emphasizes this statement. The college is a great college. And the students are great. We know that is. Dr. Garth Anderson, will you believe it? If you believe so, if you believe that you are great and you're here to make a noticeable difference, I want for you to reverberate in the chapel. I am great and I am here to make the college great. Let me hear it. I am great. I'm loving the fact that I'm feeling. For our musicians, please give me some musical accompaniment while I read this very long list of names. I will be telling you the students who have topped awards for the academic year 2018 to 2019. These students are being asked to pick up their rewards or awards starting next week, Tuesday, from Mr. Makati, or Student Services Development Officer. And I will begin with the subject area awards. Give me something, man. Yes, when music hits, we feel no pain. Yes. Oh, we have that J on the drums. We have that J. Oh. Much boy. Such a show of man. Oh, that sound. Are we in our service or what? Yes. And so I go right into my task before we make embarrassing for talking too long. We begin with our awardee from the English department for English major. Year 1, we had Melissa Kamika. This is our year 1 list. Spanish, Dave Foster. English minor, for the applause like it's the end of the year group. Thank you very much. I love your exuberance. English minor, Dylan Ashman. Social studies major, Shanice Brooks. Mathematics double major, Philip Smile. Mathematics major, Shanice Douglas. Business education minor, Shanice Douglas. Science double major, Daniel Mindley. Science minor, Daniel Sutherland. Social studies minor, Shaquille Langell. Computer science major, Juliana Gomez. Business education double major, Tajay Gale. Computer science major, Lissandre Jacob. Religious education minor, Shanice Brooks. General education, Delia Mindy. Whitney Morgan, Denita Blackwood, Lissandre Jacob. And I run over to the professional studies department. Subject awards went to Dylan Ashman, Tony Ann Reddy, Daniel Hendricks, Karen Dunn, Henry Beck, Shanice Douglas, Davia Mingley, Monisha Morgan, and Cassie Bonds. That's the end of the year 1 list. Indeed, it is fitting for us pause to laud you for your outstanding efforts. And here are your year 2 awardees for the academic year 2018 to 2019. English double major, Jamal Sama, mathematics double major, Castle Gale, Paul Walker, Shani Donna, the Morley Baker, science double major, Kelly Robinson, Kelisha Wright, Kimberly Parkinson, human ecology, Kedisha Facey, history minor, Christopher Campbell, science minor, Julian Tyson, Jamoy Randolph, computer science major, Joel Bora, business education minor, Kellyanne Bennett, mispronounced her name, take it up with me and the RG afterwards on the far end. Business education minor, Kellyanne Bennett, Celine Dion Atkinson. We know about Celine Dion, but we have to work to start here at CTC. Hello. Business education some major, Tanisha Paula, computer science minor, Lola Jackson, mathematics major, Lola Jackson. Oh my God, it's been spread across subject areas. Physical education major, Craig Harvey, social studies minor, Michael Lemar, general education, Lola Jackson, Shanton Scott, Shanice Edwards, and Andrea Robinson, professional studies, Julian Tyson, the Morning Baker, Josiane Morrison, professional studies continuing, Shanice Edwards, Monique Gina, Samoa Allen, Tessa Barrett, Renee Jarrett, Michaela Cohen, Crystal Reynolds, and Keisha Ricketts. That's the end of the year 20. Now, over to year 3. English double major, Trisha Lewis, or is it Tricia? Whichever one is correct. That's you, Trisha. Spanish major, Anthony Morgan. Mathematics double major, Esther Brown, Natalie Drummond, and Mark Walker. Mathematics major, Anisha Thompson, Tanya Duffus, Stephanie Beckford Bryan. Human ecology, Trisha Johnson, Serena Bernard. Science double major, Kenisha Bennett Ellis, Tashana Williams. Computer science major, Adina Roberts. Business education minor, Sabrina Anderson, Tanya Douglas, Stephanie Beckford Bryan, Alia Parkinson. Mathematics minor, Daisy Green, Adina Roberts. Computer science minor, Dandrian Anderson, Kimberly Watson. Social studies minor, Aaron Gale. Social studies major, Rashid Barkley. Geography minor, Torian Music. History minor, Rashid Barkley. General education, Nisha Murray, Basic Green, Melissa Davis. Professional studies, Britannia Dunbar, Kristen Hall Littleton. Highest average in mathematics for year 3, Stephanie Beckford Bryan, and she's a major in the discipline. Highest average in primary education, Kristen Vaughn Little. Over 2019 graduates with first class honors, and they're ending over year 3. And Bennett, I deserve a cup of water. Send someone with water. Thank you very much. Over 2019 graduates who left here with first class honors. We have Roshane Dwyer, who left with our highest GPA at 4.15. Isn't that awesome? For saving my life. Yes. You know, there is a propaganda that is spread about we lecturers here. It is like that some of us don't be parents. We know it's true. I'm sorry to disappoint you. What happens is that students work for it. And once your quality of work is deserving, then you get those grades. This list is an example of the reality that debunks the myth. And so I continue. First class honorees: Lisa Weber, Donnery Anderson, Katara Paradis, Shawnee's Gordon, Daniel Hansen, Ariel Mansley, Crystal Moran, Shanice Walters, Donnell Parchment, Tasha Gale, Shanice Thomas, Javon Baker, Makita Bates, Shamik Baby, Sherry Scott, Tamar Morgan, Primrose Barnett, Tanisha Orland, Gary Chambers, Paul Coleman, Khadijah Gay, Moya Gay Hamilton, Sean D. Messi, Ronnie Michelle, Kenyatta Morris, Ashana Tennant, and we continue, Sharice Walker, Timoy White, Smoke Sway Campbell, Chantal Edwards, and Ashley Julia. Isn't that awesome? Practical awards for human ecology. Awardees were Sabrina Bernard, Shay Davis, and Tricia Johnson. Primary awardees, Julian Brown, Kenisha Morgan, Shanna K. Forbes, Julian Summer, Yanni Thomas, Abigail John Stephen, Garcia Ratchery, Letitia Williams, Kristen Dawn, Lee Williams. Awardees for practical for the English department, Josephine Baker, Ash Bryan, Anna K. Bond, Ashley Miller, Trisha Lewis. Physical education major, Monique Whitley, Anthony Nelson, Trevon Jackson. Social studies major and minor students are Jodian Tapia, Aaron Gale, and Devontae Stewart. Science minors, Monique Whitley, Stephen Jameson, and Duncan Watson. Computer science major and minor, Odin Baird, Adina Roberts, Makita Stocks, Amoa Jackson, Kimberly Watson. Business education minors, Joel Johnson, Stephanie Bedford Bryan, Serena Anderson, Alia Parkinson, Tanya Lopez. And we continue with the awardees from business education minors, Kristen Craig, Raina Cole, Akita Scott, Moore Jackson, Monte Stewart. We move to science double majors, Hazra Rankin, Tashana Williams, Tanika Whitehorn, Ryan McKenzie, Kenisha Bennett Ellis, Kelly Robinson, Kenisha Wright, Tashana Gillespie, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Carlisa Smith, Shari Morgan, Akeelia Burke, Zoya Hunter, Nigella Campbell, Chanel Garrington, and Leonardo Patterson. Computer science double major, awarding for practical, Arabelle Morrison, geography major, Aaron Gale, early childhood, Keisha Bartley, Michelle Campbell, Alia Ingram. History minor, Jovian Telfit, energy. Mathematics minor, Robson Hibbert, Kadina Robert. Mathematics major, Joel Johnson, Stephanie Beckford Bryan, Serena Anderson, Alia Parkinson, Afra Dyer, Italian Duffus, Raina Ford. Mathematics sub-major, Natalia Reed, Carlos Henry, Tennille Walters, Milton Martin, Latoya Thompson, Lejon Foster, Tristan Campbell, Kamara Walker, Shoy Flip, Logan Noel, Natalie Drummer, Trishana Benjamin, Trisha Gale Walker, Anika Todley, Tassani Adams, Escaro, Alika Sally, Sharmila Stipledin, Javis Basil, Shanique Goldman, Sarah Gordon, and Paul Walker. And we continue with mathematics award. Wow, Tony and Taylor, Melrose Haslam, Josie Morrison, Britannia Johnson, Anastasia Peter, Sonia Laird, Shante Ellis, Donna Ivan, Keon Williams, Anika Eubank, Newton Francis, Sanjita Williams, Chantal Stubb, John Denise, Tiffany Lewis, Shayla Williams, Shane Brown, Adam Greenswood, Anita Brown, Kenisha Fraser, Shafiq Marshall, Maxine Edwards, Romario Robinson, Sandra Davis, Britannia Moscow, Gerald Barrett, Russell Wire, Money Stone, Obey Brown, Kenny Lopez, Tamara Elliott, and Chantal Williams. Give them a round of applause. Lively up yourselves and don't be no drag. inaugural 2020 special awardees are going to give you the name of the award, along with the awardee. The Nathaniel Stewart Award went to Mish Brooks. The Gordon Brown Memorial Cup awardees are Ajay Ashley. Ajay, is that you? Give me something on the drum. Ajay Ashley and Sarah Claire. The Prince. Yes, all right, we'll hold their applause to them on the list. The Principal's Award went to Victor Francis and Claire Morley. The President's Cup was received by Alicia Thompson and Natalie Drummond. The Ireland Young Talent Award went to Trisha Johnson. The Jamaica Teachers Association Manchester Award, Kenisha Bennett Ellis and Natalie Drummond. The Jamaica Teachers Association National Award, Kenisha Bennett Ellis and Anika Whitehorn. The Friendship Cup, Nigel Francis. The Rowan Newman Trophy for Physical Education, Monique Whitney. The Sportsmanship Cup, female who received it was Michelle Wire, and the male who received the award was Anthony Nelson. The Lawrence Dyer Trophy, Rashid Bartley. The Kevin Roberts Award for Computer Studies, Tadina Roberts. The George B. Miller Award for Excellence in Computer Studies, Tadina Roberts and Landry Anderson. The George B. Miller Award for Excellence in Mathematics, Manish Thompson, Tanya Duffus, Kemar Walker, Darcy Green, and Tadina Roberts. The Jean Ramsey Award for Excellence in Science, Tanisha Wright and Kimberly Parkinson. The Ramona Smith Professora de Espanol Award. The awardee was Melissa McLeod. The Tea Friendly Society Human Ecology Award was topped by Miss Rena Bernard. The Club of the Year, guess who that was? The Church Teachers College biggest, baddest, longest, proudest, most dynamic. The Church Teachers College Music Society. So, the Ken Gray Award for Innovation, your teaching practice, Kenisha Morgan, Garcia Ratcher, Kenisha Bennett Evans, Akila Burke, Tanika Whitehorn, and Serena Bernard. The 30th anniversary cup, Aaron Dale, Edna Scott Cup, Kitania Duffus. The Myers Award, Natalie Drummond. Bishop Peace Cup went to Bishop Morgan. Bishop Lindsay Cup was given to Kenisha Bennett Ellis. The Vaughn Award was topped by rightfully so, Miss Anna Vaughn. Well deserved, not only about the name. The Alcon 21st Anniversary Award for Academic Achievement went to Rashane Dwyer. And guess what? Award that I will read finally. For the 2018-2019 academic year, students who have received awards, who have shown excellence in performances, characteristics, attributes, exemplars of the teacher of Church Teachers College. And the award, Freedom of the College, was received by Mr. Aaron Gale. Let's display your inspiration. There you have it, and second, and this is being virtue to do the meeting, yeah? And that's her claim to fame, right, Miss True? And from the School of Language and Literature. That's how we do it, that's how we do it. And now we come to the present list of awardees that we invite at this time, Mrs. Karen Time, our Quality Assurance Officer, who will be one of the readers. Then we have Dr. Bailey and Miss David, right? That's all. Oh, I need to understand that band is not going to be a kick it. Band. Right. This is where you jump in.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And as the street virgin did, I will continue with our awardees. These awards are academic awards from 2019 to 2020, and we will start with year one. And as Mrs. Street Virgin indicated, for year one and two, the awards or the certificates can be had from Mr. McCarthy, the Student Services Department, because it's, as you saw, it was quite a list of persons before, and we have quite a list to go through as well. So these are our current, and we have to acknowledge each person. So whether it was before, prior to this or now, we want to make sure that you're recognized and your academic achievement is shared with the population. So here we go. So we're looking at year one. Academic awards for year one, 2019-2020. Spanish major, Tamara Williams. Mathematics double major, Jadon Bennett. Ramesh Brooks. Mathematics major, Shanique Scarlett. Business education major, Tia Barnes. Science double major, Hannah Howell. Computer science major, Shanna Newman. Science major, Renaldo Brown. Akina Clark. Courtney Clark. Jeffrey Brown. Business education double major, Marquino Sama. Samoya Griffiths. Computer science minor, Livonia Bennett. Mathematics major, Samoya Griffiths. Geography double major, Tonya Campbell. Physical education major, Shamara Miller. Social studies major, Parisia Taylor. History minor, Shanoya Allen, Parisia Taylor. Special education, Delicia Lewis. General education, Ramisha Brooks, Dexter Williams, Julicia James, Livonia Bennett. Professional studies, Catania Howell, Jackie Morrison, Anadine Downer. All right, so now this is for year two. And year two, we'll also be reading the names of the persons in year two. And when we get to year three, we'll be inviting Dr. Robinson to make the presentation. So I'm just putting you on notice, Dr. Robinson. Excellent. All right. For year two, academic awards for 2019-2020, double English major, Melissa Kamika. Spanish major, Dave Foster. English minor, Dave Foster. Mathematics double major, Chanel Davidson. Yakisha McFarlane, Antoinette Sims. Mathematics major, Jodianne Gordon. Daniela Blackwood. Desandre Jacob. Science minor, Daniel Sutherland. Unique Clark. Science double major, Linoya Barrett. Davia Lindley. Mathematics minor, Samoya Fraser. Human ecology, Tashana Wright. Geography minor, Shabonia O'Brien. Computer science major, Zomar Young. Business education minor, Julianne Gordon. Computer science minor, Daniela Blackwood. Physical education major, Julianne Brown. Social studies major, Shanice Brooks. Primary education, we have Ophelia Livermore Willis. Special education, Cassania Moss. Crystalia Palmer. General education, Alison Nelson. David Foster. Bretonia Morgan. Cassad Moss. For professional studies, we have Javon Anglin, Janelle Davidson, Jamelia Bland, Hubert Manning, Yakisha McFarlane, Shakira Montague, Andrea things I taught, I'm learning these things and others because I actually taught quite a few of these students. Professional studies continued. Leonia Barrett, Julia Minley, Abigail Willie, Samantha Little, and Shona Gardner. Now for year 3, academic awards for year 3, we invite Dr. Peter Robinson to just come forward. We have the certificates prepared for the persons who are actually here today. So for the persons who are not here, we'll just say their names to the persons who are here who will actually make the presentation. Thank you, Dr. Robinson. Year 3 academic awards. English double major, we have Rashida Ferguson. Spanish major, Jolian Facey. Mathematics double major, Tisan Gale. Jamoy Baker. Mathematics major, we have Jamoy Randall. And that's not Jamoy's there. Please come, sir. Mathematics. Sam Smacker. Julian Tyson. Computer science major, Joel Mora. Physical education major, Craig Harvey. Education minor, Kellyanne Dennis. And Alonso Johnson. Business education major, Jessica Morrison. Lola Jackson. For social studies minor, we have Courtney Fuller. Major, we have Julianne Tyson. The geography major, we have Jamoy Randall. History minor, we have Kenicia Jackson. We have Shanice Edwards. Primary education, we have Crystal Reynolds. In general education, we have Rashida Ferguson. Jermaine Reed. And then we have Sanjay Stevenson. We also have Lola Jackson, Nicole Alexander, Shanice Edwards, Kenisha Ricketts. For professional studies, we have Lola Jackson, Julianne Tyson again. Shanice Edwards. Okay, Mr. Rob is tired and he wants to run away. Is that enough? The person that's at the number. All right, the highest average in computer studies, we have Joel Bora. Okay, so Mr. Rob, you're ready. Thank you so much. Let's have a round of applause. Highest average in mathematics, Susan Gale, Demori Baker, Jamoy Randall, Ray Nico. Highest average in social studies and practical for social studies, Joliet Tyson. Highest average in history, Kenisha Jackson. 2020 graduates with the highest first class honors. The 2020 graduate singular, with the highest first class honors is Kenisha Bennett Ellis. Dr. Bailey to continue with their awards, and I'm going to invite our guest speaker, Mr. Bailey, to come and make a presentation.
Good morning. Good afternoon, family. Continue with the special awards for the current academic year. And we begin with the President's Cup, which was donated by former principal Mrs. Beverly Mylott and is awarded to the male and female presidents for their leadership during their term. I invite Ms. Garcia Thompson. The Arnaldo Allen Award is made to students who display general helpfulness and an outstanding community spirit. Please congratulate Mr. Damian Parkinson. So we move on to the Gerald Jones Cup, which was given by the late Mr. Gerald Jones, the first acting principal of the college, and it's awarded to the student who has, during the year, contributed most to the welfare of the community outside of the college, particularly those who are marginalized and underprivileged. Please help me congratulate Omari Thomas. Greg James Award is given or was given by Batch 41 in memory of Greg James, who died on the 16th of January 2000 from a heart failure. This award is given to a third-year male student who best demonstrates the qualities that Greg James possessed in the eyes of all. The student must be a viable student who is determined, jovial, amicable, understanding, well-groomed, and a friend to all. And that award goes to
Mr. Daniel Ferguson. The 2021 Jamaica Teachers Association Manchester Award is given for final year students when the opinion of the college has exhibited greatest influence for good, like the college, would be a good representative of the college's atmosphere, who is a good teacher exhibiting exemplary deportment, conduct, and diligence in his work, also maintaining good interpersonal relationships. This award, as well as the Jamaica Teachers Association National Award, goes to Edward Mills. And may I say that the National Jamaica Teachers Association National Award is for that student who has shown the greatest level of awareness and interest in the profession of teaching. So we're going to get over that. The Friendship Cup was given by Mr. Maurice Spears, a former Canadian International Government worker and member of staff in physical education. And it's for that student who had the highest batting average. Can anyone guess who that person is? That award for right goes to Omari Chandler. We have two awards for sportsmanship. One is for female, the other is for male. And of course, they are for students who have displayed best qualities of sportsmanship. The female award goes to Miss Cassandra Wisdom. And let's go to Miss Cassandra. Goes to Mr. Fred Hart. The Lawrence Wyatt Trophy is awarded to the final year student for best performance in history. Please help me congratulate Miss Kenisha Jackson. Okay. The Kevin Roberts Award for Computer Studies. This is awarded to students, final year students who obtains the highest average in computer studies, demonstrates a willingness to assist their peers in the subjects, and is involved in college activities and display leadership qualities. We have 3 awardees this year, and they are respectively Mr. Joel Bora, Laura Jackson, Mr. Corinne. Put your hands together for them. The George B. Miller Award for Excellence in Computer Studies. And of course, This goes to, can you guess who might not first meet? Mr. Joel Moore. Somebody's great front candidate is going to look very nice tonight. The George Miller P. Award for Excellence in Mathematics. We have 4 awardees. They are respectively Mr. Jason Gale, who grants me the post-certificate batch 4 award. It's an award to the final year student who has achieved excellence in mathematics based on his or her performance in the 3rd year examination. And we have 2 awardees this year. They are Jason Gale and Lemore Baker. Okay. The Ray Chambers Award for Excellence in Social Studies, given for the final year student who has demonstrated outstanding performance in social studies, practical, and having a vibrant community spirit. That award goes to Miss Julian Tyson. The Friendly Society Human Ecology Award is awarded to 3rd year students on the basis of their performance in all areas in the human ecology discipline. The awards this year goes to Damian Ferguson, and Sam J. Stevenson. Award given to the most outstanding club who have been involved in a project and the functions meets regularly throughout the year. This year, that outstanding club is the Rotaract Club. You can keep your applause going. Gray Award for Innovations. That is given to students who display innovation in teaching strategies. We have 6 awardees this year. They are respectively Damian Ferguson, Helen Reyes, Alonzo Johnson, The 13th anniversary clock was donated by Mrs. Cook.
Thank you so much.
Yes, the 13th anniversary clock was donated by Mrs. Beverly Minor. Okay, now for the 13th anniversary clock, which was donated by Mrs. Beverly Minor. It's given to students who display commitment to the college and the principles that it values. This year, that award goes to Mr. Edward Wicks. The Edna Scott Cup was donated by Mr. Jackie Minor, and it's given to students who displays the greatest degree of diligence in and application to your academic work. We have 3 nominees this year. Please help me in congratulating Mr. Sanjay Stevenson, Miss Julia Tyson, and Miss Lola Jackson. Miss Jackson is not here. The Myers Award. This award is given in commemoration of the 21st anniversary of the college, and is awarded to the final year student who displays the following characteristics: effective teaching ability and leadership. We have 3 nominees, or 3 awardees rather, for the award this year. Help me in congratulating Damian Ferguson, Lancer Johnson, and Renee Lee. The Bishop Gibson Cup was given in honor of the late Dr. Herbert Morrison of Monterey, and is given to the student who best typifies the qualities of Christian character. And this year, we are pleased to award Mr. Christopher Campbell. Bishop Lindsay Cup was donated by the former Bishop of Antigua, who was also a former principal of the college, and is given to students who exhibit the greatest degree of self-discipline. Help me in recognizing Miss Julian Tyson. Horn Award, given to students who best typifies the teaching profession, displaying the following qualities: a good steady attitude to teaching as a career, useful and effective teaching skills, a healthy social attitude toward other students, sound moral fiber, diligence and application to teaching, cooperative and cheerful spirits, and are judged to be most likely successful as a teacher. Help me congratulate Damian Barnes. Is also the recipient of the Alcan 21st Anniversary Award for Academic Achievement. Honors in terms of academics this year. And finally, we have the Freedom of the College Award. I see that I was not doing a team job, so let me go back and recognize the Rohan Newman Trophy for physical education and all the rest of that. This award is given to the final year student who has achieved excellence in physical education and who participates in all of the school activities. This goes to Mr. Greg Aaron. And the final special award, Freedom of the College Award, greatest honor bestowed on high college authorities. It covers both social and academic areas in the life of the college. To qualify, the student must be an influence for good in the college, a Catholic agent, outstanding in general helpfulness, one who initiates interaction with students, one who is balanced as a teacher in the classroom, as well as a good citizen in the community, a well-rounded person. Our awardee for this academic year is Miss Renee Reed. Thank you very much. And I will invite our vice principal here.
Good afternoon, everyone. The following awardees are your first students who received A's on their final year practical for the period February to May 2021. Business double major, Adrique Whiteley and Tanisha Fowler. Please note we will not be able to make the presentations here today, so you will receive your awards at a later date. For business major, Jessica Morrison. Business minor, Alonso Johnson. Business minor, Joel Mora and Carla Morgan. Computer science minor, Jessica Morrison, Lola Jackson, and Alonso Johnson, as well as Joel Moore. For computer science double major, we have Nathaniel Gale. For early childhood education, we have Latoya Lewis Osborne, Randy Watson. For English double major, we have Rashina Ferguson. For history minor, we have Kenisha Jackson. Human ecology double major, Kenisha Casey, Princess Titus, Kenisha Gray, and Sanjay Stevenson, and Damian Clarkson. For mathematics double major, Abigail Hummels, Amalda Levy, Mikhail Murray, Susan Gale, Demorley Baker, Kira Shea Spencer,
Carrion Stewart Taylor, Alia Simpson, Renee Turner, Toshka Mitchell, Shade Bowen, Shania Russell, and Danae Foster and Renee Reed. Mathematics major, Lorraine Weasel, Lola Jackson, Andre Gale, and Andre Gale. We have Jamoy Randall for mathematics major, Lola Jackson. For mathematics minor, Celine Dion Atkinson, Gabriel Smalling, and Dacia Green. Physical education major, Cassandra Wisdom, Ron Thomas, Orika Thompson, Craig Harvey, Howardine Fuller. And Howardine Fuller also received an A, as a social studies minor. For primary education, we have Aisha Johnson Haynes, Tessa Barrett, Janelle Dixon, Richie Ann Newman, Javel Tuku, Losa Brown Richard, Crystal Reynolds, Yannick Magal, Sharina Powell, Akisha Ricketts, Kyron Newman, Akila Brown, Cassandra Robinson, and Christine Shaw Scarlett. For science double major, we have Kimberly Clarkson and Julian Kelly. Science minors, we have Andre Gale, Brian Wilson, Ron Thomas, Orika Thompson, Craig Harvey, and Jamoy Randall. Let us congratulate them.
When the going gets tough, there ain't no giving in. Another round of applause for all awardees, retroactive, and retrospective. A job well done. Job well done indeed. And you heard year one students, the awards for which you must work and strive. And I want you to remember participation, perseverance, or production is what will get you to where you want to achieve these awards. And this is the motto coming to us from Claude McKay High. And at this point in our program, we've been here for quite a while and enjoying ourselves and hearing the needs of our friends and applauding them and supporting them. And no doubt, creating our plan to start achieving as well. And remember, Mr. Davis spoke of the 5-year plan, so I think we're going to year one, right? At this point in our program, we are going to invite Ms. Richie Ann Newman to do the vote of thanks. You know, I must make a correction. Before we do the vote of thanks, not only are students awarded and rewarded for their good work, but the academic faculty, the administrative faculty, and the members of the household are also rewarded and awarded for their hard work. And so we invite Ms. Hickey and Mrs. Dillon from the HR department to come and do their presentation. Dr. Ross, I'm giving you the cue now, sir, to come. Right, great. And please make sure you have an award for certain departments.
He thinks not really.
There was a few moments, some wonderful alumni donated books that should be presented in the earlier round of presentation, but was somehow missed. So, yeah, of the awardees here, I call their names last, but for those who are not here, this is Kenisha Ellis. Kenisha Ellis, right? And by the way, she was our valedictorian at the UE CTC graduation. So this. Also, Mrs. John and Louis. These names are original with special designs. And so, two of those who are here are Jamoy Randall.
Our chairman, Mr. Cato, our guest speaker, Mr. Wendell, Dr. Garth Anderson, and chairman of the Board of Management for viewing on the online platform, Dr. Monica Denska and Dr. Cleveland Robinson, vice principal, other members of the Board of Management here and on the online platform, members in the audience and on the online platform, members of staff, family, students, friends, good day. Good day. I am Diane Hickey, acting personnel manager.
And as you would have heard, Cleveland Robinson.
We are all here today to announce the recipients of the following awards for 2021. Administrative Staff of the Year, Ancillary Staff of the Year, Lecturer of the Year, and the Department of the Year. The purpose of the Staff and Department Award is to recognize staff members and departments that would have in the past year demonstrated exceptional performance, shown extraordinary dedication to achieving the aims of the college, and have been enriching the lives of our internal and external customers. We will commence with the ancillary staff category.
May I invite Mrs. Corina Brown, admin staff representative to the board management, to ask the award for this category. Please help me welcome for the runner-up ancillary staff of the year award, which go Mr. Jeffrey Charles. All ancillary staff of the year is described as one who is humble, well-rounded, inspiring, industrious, and an outstanding worker who epitomizes ambition and dedication, an individual that a number of students have learned some core values from. The winner will receive an awards plaque, the right to have his or her photograph taken and mounted on the college's Wall of Fame for the year, and a feature in the college's 2022 annual calendar. Any guesses? Drum roll. And the winner of the Amateur Craft of the Year award is Mark. He also is meticulous and creative in carrying out her duties. She is the secretary to the Practical and Quality Assurance Officers. Please help us welcome Miss Annie Davis. The 2020-21 Administrative Staff of the Year is a staff that is always very dependable, manages their tasks very well, has excellent interpersonal skills, builds a good rapport with everyone and appears to know the names and voices of every student. Sure? No more. Participate fully in all college activities. Take pride in her job. Gives excellent advice. Always on to students. Rose to the occasion when COVID-19 took us.
Our administrative staff of the year will receive an award from the Board of Management, the right to have her photograph taken and mounted on the college's Wall of Fame, and being included in the college's annual calendar. For the academic staff category, the recipients are lecturers who would have in the past year participated in professional development, engaged in research to inform practice, participated in college activities, were involved in outreach programs, received favorable feedback from students in the previous semester, met deadlines consistently, was involved in co-curricular activities of the college, adhered to environmental best practices, being involved in the TCJ activities, shown concern for student welfare, and the spirit of volunteerism and cooperating with team members. Our runner-up lecturer of the year is one who has, in addition to meeting the criteria, is an applicable and supportive lecturer whose review by some of her students read. One who exemplifies the character of a teacher that the college will want students to emulate. She represents godly principles, integrity, honesty, and kindness. And she's simply amazing. Love her work. She also is never late for a class that we can call for her. Please help me welcome our runner-up lecturer of the year, Mrs. Keisha. Our academic staff of the year, she describes patient, considerate, and puts effort into ensuring that all students grasp her content. She is amazing and should be given this award for many reasons. During this pandemic, when students were struggling with learning online, she put a considerable amount of effort in ensuring we all understood the lesson and is patient. She provides plenty of feedback. Another review, she cares about our success. The wealth of information she gives symbolizes her dedication to ensuring that we do our best. She's a master of her craft, and her traits are so that I would carry with me even after this. The lecturer of the year will receive an award from the Board of Management, will have the right of her or his photograph taken and mounted at the college's wall of shame, and all expenses paid, attendance to a local conference or partial payment to an international conference. She'll also have a feature in college's annual calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. R.D.
Okay, we come down to the final category, that of Department of the Year. The recipient of Department of the Year award should have the greatest impact on the college for the year, is innovative, meets achieved deadline and target, displays commitment to college's vision and mission, engages in research to inform practice, adheres to the environmental best practices, engage in community outreach activities, use innovative strategies to enhance teaching and learning, facilitate student staff, conduct internal professional development training for staff. The runner-up Department of the Year award will receive a plaque. The runner-up Department of the Year, among other activities, participated in regional conferences and international conferences hosted virtually, and won first place in their research presentation. Hosted 2 virtual public fora, facilitated exercise classes for members of the ancillary staff and weekly basis, a team member publishing 3 books for young researchers and teachers. Please help us welcome the School of Humanities. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Department of the Year for 2021 will receive a plaque, have the right to request an equipment within a stipulated cost, and the members of the department will also have the right to have their photograph taken and mounted on the college's wall of fame and be featured in the college annual calendar. The department cooperates today with the 2021 Department of the Year met and exceeded all the criteria outlined. Some of their activities that include negotiated for scholarships for students, hosted a number of personal development webinars for students and various department members, hosted CTC invitational debates, engaged in 3 new research projects, completed and launched 2 publications. Lecturers participated in a number of community-related presentations and initiatives. If they are that impactful, I'm sure you know which part. Let me hear. Drum roll is for Department of the Year. Languages and
This couldn't happen any better if it were the Okay, topical, actually, wait. 1, 2, and the 4 by 4. Yeah, yep. Congratulations to all the awardees from the job well done. And so at this point, we now invite Mr. Jan Newman to go to that. A legacy transcends even the crackling hands of reality. It takes a man or woman beyond the norm of what is. Changing the paradigm is no longer about sticking with the money of if it isn't broken, don't fix it. In fact, American poet and educator Henry Wadsworth couldn't have said it better. The heights by great men, reached and kept, were not attained by sudden plan, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards through the night. Yes, upward through the night is the germination of your reality today awarding. Bask in the sunlight of this mountaintop, knowing you have pitched success with one trait that will transcend your morality. Ring in, yes, ring in your continued legacy of excellence in years to come. And that is upwards through the night. Yes, it seems downright unbearable. However, you have answered upright through the night with everything new, and this day is yours. Please accept my heartiest congratulations. Madam Chairperson, Ms. Monique Castle, Chairman of the Board of Management, Reverend Don Burst, Principal Dr. Garth Anderson, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, Dr. Monica Demstock, Vice Principal for Administrative Affairs, Dr. Cleveland Robinson, or honored guest speaker, Mr. Daly, members of the academic, administrative, and ancillary staff, specially invited guests, awardees, and fellow Church Teachers College students, good afternoon. I deem it a great honor and privilege to raise the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first give glory to Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. I would like to express thanks to Ms. Yassel for steering today's program as it unfolded. Dr. Demstock, thank you for the welcome you extended to all who are physically present and online. Much gratitude to you as our guest speaker, Mr. Daly, who not only took the time to be here, but for sharing sagely nuggets for reflection that will enlighten our path as we take on life's journey. Ms. Yassel, thank you for setting the tone as you led us in first. Ms. Williams, you graced us with your God-given talent, and we say thanks for sharing. Ms. Nelson, thank you for the charge you delivered to the year forerunners. I know your words will encourage them to go forth and bear good fruit. Madam President, Ms. Thompson, we are grateful to have shared in your response on behalf of the final year students, and know that we stand firm in our belief that we, the final year students, are destined for greatness. Mr. Ashley and Mr. Edwards, the item you rendered was a blessing to us, and we say thank you. Mr. Johnson, thank you for the charge you delivered to the college on behalf of the outgoing students. Rest assured that what you have said will be borne in mind for the continued success of the college. Ms. Samuels, thank you for the apt introduction of our esteemed guest speaker. It certainly had us captivated and ready to hear what he had to say. Ms. Nelson, as a year one student, your active role in the college's ceremonies has begun. Thank you for expressing gratitude to the guest speaker on our behalf. To Mr. Clark and to the college band, what can I say? When the music hit, we felt no pain, only the usual pleasure. Thank you for your contribution to the rhythmic aspect of the ceremony. To the technical team, members of the academic and auxiliary staff who worked behind the scenes to bring this ceremony to a success, words cannot express more gratitude. You are the wind beneath our wings, and for this we say thank you. To our college family, present and those viewing online, a program simply cannot be substantial without your usual support. So thank you for sharing in today's event. In closing, I leave with you this thought. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Have a good afternoon.
And thank you too, Ms. Newman, for showing appreciation on behalf of the college. Well done. And so we have come to the end of another ceremony. It was good to have your nephews gathered in chapel and celebrating our awarding. Thank you. Oh, okay. And as we all know, parting is such sweet sorrow, but we have to continue with our day. And so we come to the floor and we stand to sing our college song. If we ask the college song, we write international anthem. So at this point, I will just do my closing remarks and wish for you and for the rest of the day a productive afternoon.